this one because we were having some malfunctions with some sort of equipment, but we're back now with Maggie Machine Gun Geiger up 14-3 on Megan Maupin here in this women's final. I'm with Brandon Davis here, right next to me, just sitting in the booth. Gonna call this match.
Yeah, so the only thing you've missed so far is this is game 1, and it is 15-3. So this is the best 2 out of 3 match. We're playing for the women's championship. Actually, we had Maggie Geiger come through the winner's bracket in this tournament. Megan mopped the floor. Maupin came through the losers.
Maggie out of Wisconsin, Megan out of Tennessee, as you can see on their jerseys. It's the only reason I don't know. I'm kidding. That's not. I knew that already. I met Maggie Geiger in Vegas a few years back, and Willie Webb coined that term, Maggie Machine Gun Geiger, because they're just rapid fire right down the center of the target.
Yeah, I was watching her throw a little bit this week, and she's actually a stellar player. I mean, down the middle, putting bags in the hole. It doesn't even look like she's nervous.
Against her in Vegas, I was practicing before that game, and I put 28 in the hole in a row. I was feeling good coming to the pool play, and I played her, and she beat me 21-2. And she just put every bag in the hole.
I mean, what do? You know? I mean, you could try a block, but there's really good players. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. She pushed through it or go airmail, so. Megan Maupin's a fantastic player, too. Just throwing Reynolds bags against those Vipers of Maggie Geiger's.
Eric and I were actually just talking about that on the previous match, how when you throw those stickier bags like Reynolds, it's more of a chess match. And when you're playing with those Vipers, it's all about that accuracy, you know, that pinpoint accuracy, throwing that bag exactly where you want. Bullying other bags out of the way, pushing bags with ease. Whereas with those Reynolds, you know, you've got those technical plays like the blocks and the nice airmail drag shots.
Or, you know, a curve shot with those bags, you know, like your brother's hop shot, you know, flop shot, whatever you're going to call it, bounce shot. I mean, if you guys listen to this feed, you should go back and watch that Juniors World Championship, because you'll see some incredible throws.
And actually, I've seen Eric do it just this week with my dad's all slides, which is what they're throwing in doubles, but it looks like Maggie Geiger is going to take the first game.
I've seen TJ Miller do the flop shot with Viper C's.
That's interesting.
But he can curve a bag with a Viper C too, so it's doable with any bag out there. You just got to practice enough.
It's crazy what these, you know, really good players can do, and they just add a little bit of extra finesse to that bag.
That's right. And
they can do some wicked things other than just slide it straight down the middle or airmail over a bag.
And the speed, like we were talking earlier off camera, the speed at which they do that is incredible. I mean, some people take a little pause and, you know, they're trying to focus on a shot. They're not thinking about their mechanics or their breathing, but they're going through a routine. People like your brother, you know, he just speeds right through it. Kind of like these women right here, you know, they each have different throws, each have different setups, and they just pitch no matter what's on the board.
Speaking of different throws, how about Maggie Geiger and that double step? You know, I noticed that this week. A lot of people say, oh, well, I don't step because, you know, there's too many things there, too many errors you can make. Well, Maggie's sitting here taking 2 steps. She's in the women's championship.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you that you should just do what's comfortable for you. You know, put that bag in the hole, whatever it takes, whatever you need to do.
Everybody does have a different pitch. I mean, there's just some folks out there make videos of different people's pitches, right? And it's not poking fun of them. It's just sort of satire, right?
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool to see that because you can spot it. It's almost like spotting a celebrity. You know, someone's throw is very signature, right?
Yeah, it's like iconic almost. Each player, their throw is part of their game of cornhole. Like my brother, his name is basically synonymous with the bounce shot now. When you think of Reynolds bags and bounce shots, you think Eric Davis.
You do.
Or even Austin Cameron. You know, he's really good at it. Both spectacular players.
That bag's going to drop, I bet. It didn't. I was wrong. Those are big spots right there. You know, you miss a bag like that, it's over the hole, over half over the hole, and just hangs up for some odd reason, or a bag's on top of it, or what have you. I mean, when you're this good, it's a little bit crushing sometimes when you miss a shot like that.
Especially when you start running through all the scenarios, like what am I going to have to do to get that bag back?
Yes.
Because when it's hanging, it's not like you totally miss. It's right there. It's still possible. Like Megan could have thrown an airmail to try to get it, or a really fast slide maybe to kind of get it on the backside of the hole.
Big
right
boom.
there, big airmail.
Huge. That was a dart.
Maggie does try to push up there a little bit with another ball, and Megan hits it one more time.
Feeling the fire right there.
So Maggie's taking a second to think, and here it goes.
Oh,
she does get that bag to flip over to the slick side, but it's just not fast enough to come back.
that may be a momentum shifter right there. We haven't had a finals division go into 3 rounds yet, so Megan would need to win this one and the second one, the third one, excuse me, to take the title.
She seems to be throwing them right down the center now. But Maggie's not letting up either.
Just as we say that, there goes. Oh.
Well, I guess I'm the jinx. See if we can get a wash out of this, and it is another wash.
6-0, Megan Maupin. She's out of Blackjack Cornhole in Tennessee. That's Troy Hauser, the Big South Conference Commissioner. He just showed up earlier today. He's in the front row over there with his beautiful wife and 2 children. Good to see him out here today.
I know he had a lot of the Blackjack face masks prepared for this week.
Lots of folks making face masks all over the place. I really hope we get this under control here pretty soon, Brandon. I mean, right there, it's just...
It's crazy. There are strange times, and you know, I was telling Eric, I'm just really happy that we got to come together as ACO family this year, because it was really looking, you know, kind of bad for us.
It was looking bleak, you're right.
Yeah, but here we are, you know, a big crowd, big family. We're all here, you know, just having fun together, celebrating with some championships.
If you're watching this post, give us a share. You know, spread the love here. Maybe there's no sports on TV, but there's sports on Facebook right now. I'll tell you what. Right here, the ACO has been busy all week, and this is the culmination of a season right now. So these players have battled through the tough times and loved through the good times, and here we are on the main stage, ready to crown a new champion.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, earlier this week, Maggie Geiger won Women's Player of the Year, right?
Yes, she did.
So here she is trying to defend that title. She's trying to show that, you know, that number 1 actually means something to her.
For what we had, I guess.
She's only 1 game away from that, so she did finally get off of that 0. Just last round, she got 2 points. It's like a 4-bag wash.
Maggie Geiger, she probably has one of the coolest I mean, she has a brother. His name is Vince Rao. And Vince Rao, have you ever met Vince?
No, I have not.
The guy taught Maggie everything she knows.
Really?
Met Vince Rao, yeah. Look it up. He's a really good player. Not really, but I'm just wanted to give him some props there for a second.
Is he here this week?
He's not here this week. He's back at home, probably working busy on the farm. So, but Frank Husser and Maggie's dad and parents are here, so it was great to see those folks. I've been a couple of different majors with them in the World Championships last year when they took second place to Caleb and Tammy Williams.
I definitely need to brush up on my knowledge of, guys from the West, girls from the West. Like, I know you, I know Eric Hubbard quite well. I talked to Jeff Link, but, I need to introduce myself a little bit more. But that's what this is for. It gives us that outlet to meet new people, meet our Cornhole family from all over the country.
Speaking of the great Vince Rao, he's just joined us online. He just missed it. I was telling him, Vince, how you taught your sister everything she knows in Cornhole, and that's why she's here on the main stage right now. Maggie, I'm sorry about that, but big shot, Megan Maupin. That's an 11-2 round. 11-2 score.
All right, just to let everybody know, in the women's and seniors doubles, I'm back here at the back wall. Y'all see me waving my hand over here, right here. Right here in the middle of the room. We got 2 TV screens back here. One's for women's, one's for seniors. You need to make sure your name is on this TV. If it's not, you need to go see Catherine because you're not in the tournament. As long as your name's on there, you're good.
Big chance
here. We will be running the score Holio for this, so everything will be automated. We're not going to be calling your names out. So it'll be dependent on you to either go to the app or come look at it on the screen here.
Has she missed an air mill yet, Brady?
Not that I know of.
Gonna go again. Maybe a drag.
Oh! That's nerves of steel right there.
Right there.
Oh, Maggie tried to answer with an air mill of her own. It was just off to the side. That's spectacular. On the main stage, and you have the, discipline to just throw an air mill.
Absolutely.
Or 2 of them, clean.
That's practice, That's confidence, and, you can hit it anywhere. And she's on the biggest stage in the world right now, and she hit 2 of them in a row.
She's not going down without a fight, that's for sure. She did lose game 1, but she's up big in game 2, and she's looking to make that a game 3. There actually was a miss right there.
Wow. Should push a couple in here. Nope, didn't happen. Goes. Oh, up top, off the back. Got to push through this one, put it in the hole. If I stood that far back in that 2-step, I'd probably run into that board up there.
Yeah. I only take 1 step, and I've kicked the board several times.
You're right. It just proves how graceful that swing is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's stepping twice from a foot behind the board, and catch her. I wonder if she's ever caught her shin on that.
Oh yeah, that's true. She's way back there. She could hit the back. I was thinking like the side, but that's just a lot of practice. You've got that shot, that stance memorized. That muscle memory. Kind of like people have the same throw every time. That step, that's nothing to her. It's natural.
Megan bumps it in. That could be a big shift right here. Maggie put it in. Oh, she drops it. Wow. Good jump right there. A 15-6 score. Maupin on top.
I've watched some games this week that you would think we're going one way. You know, this game is 15-6. You probably assume that Megan's going to win this, but I've seen some nasty comebacks.
Yep.
And you never know. Every frame's a new frame. This game could go one way, or Maggie could totally flip the script and come out a victor.
Blocking her now. She put the block up. Maggie shoves through. Didn't go. Megan tries to follow. It didn't happen.
It's going to be a 4 spot, bringing our score to 19-6.
Maggie's not feeling the airmail today.
Yeah, I noticed she's not shooting it very much.
That could be rough, putting it in the hole, winning this matchup right here. If Megan senses any kind of weakness at all, she's going to put that blocker up.
Looks like Megan's really just gunning for that hole right now. That last round, she picked up a lot of points with that first blocker bag. You know, Maggie's throwing a really sleek bag, so if your aim is not on point against a blocker bag, you're in trouble. Megan's gonna block that one up. Let's see if she can split this. Oh, she shoots an airmail and gets one to drop. And the other one's hanging.
Game over right there. Megan Maupin takes that one.
Looks like we're going to game 3.
Here we go. Switch it over again.
You know, one thing I've noticed, and I'm not sure if this is the reason why, but when a team decides to switch sides, they're moving away from the crowd. They're always taking this side, the blue side. I wonder if that is because they feel pressure.
Neither of them are wearing headphones that I know of. I didn't spot that earlier, so no, they're not, because they're talking to each other. So
I believe it was when Eric and Austin played. Eric started out on the red side, and when Eric got that second game where he got the higher seed, he switched over to the blue. So I wonder if it's kind of like a barrier, you know, from the crowd, you know, the other players on that side.
it's probably pretty different for everyone, you know. Everyone likes certain, I mean, some people like it loud. Some people, they get pumped up about that, right?
Right.
It seems like Megan might like that a little bit more than Maggie may. I don't know. She's shaking her head now. She likes the accolades. Maupin with a 2 spot.
Think she's catching fire. That first game might not have went her way, but she's really stroking right now.
Ever since those 2 big airmails, it's she's been pretty much ruthless. It's a good bag.
Megan just pushes right through it.
I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our sponsors here this year at World's 15 here in Columbia, South Carolina. Big shout out to the Columbia Metropolitan Convention Center. Fantastic staff, great facilities, wonderful place to play and hang out. We appreciate all your help and all your love that you spread this weekend. We also like to thank Hampton Farms. Wonderful variety of snacks that they provided all week. Delicious tasting, nutritious, and healthy. We want to give a huge shout out to Bud Light for sponsoring the event this year at World's 15. We appreciate the great tasting beer, nice ice cold beverages all weekend long. Back to Loco Canopies, providing these extraordinary flags for each court. Brandon, I'll tell you what, that Loco Canopy's setup down there for Whole Nation looks incredible, right?
It does. And if you're watching the live stream, you can only see one side. But on that other side, it's set up like a late night show, you know. It's awesome.
It's pretty cool. Glover Design, too. You know, Glover Design with these new jerseys this year. What do you think of the jerseys?
I like them. I was telling Eric earlier, like, they just look so sharp. Just like last year, they were sharp. This year, they're just as sharp, man.
I like them a lot. They're kind of, you can't see them. If you can't see them on the screen right now, they kind of mimic those boards. How that stripe down the center with the ACO logo on them. They're really, really cool. I'm sure you'll see them in the future.
I think one really cool thing is how one sleeve is one color and the other sleeve is another. And then you've got the top 40 where, you know, the middle of the jersey is blue. And then, you know, 41 through 80, they all have a red jersey. And I wasn't sure what the colors were for until I got here and I started asking people, but that seems to be what it is. And I think that's really cool. A way to kind of distinguish between the two. But really, we're all pros because we're all wearing this awesome jersey and we look amazing.
Maggie Geiger got the 2 spot right there. First 4-pack for her in quite some time. Maybe she's back 6-2 right now. Geiger. Winner takes it all right here.
We're in that sudden death round. So far today, this is our first, you know, game 3. And I really like the way it gets the emotions running high in the audience, emotions running high on the boards.
I mean, there's probably 200 people in the crowd watching right now.
We had to back up just so that the people in the back could see.
Right.
Oh, just a little short there. Looks like she caught that front lip.
Oh, it helps her. They're psychological right there. An error by Geiger, but a psychological mistake by Megan, you know, trying to put that bag a little bit higher in the air, over that bag. It goes on the front of the board.
So we've got Maggie Geiger with a 7-2 lead.
There she comes, right down the center.
See, that bag's hanging a little bit, so she doesn't have to change much to go in with it, and she thinks about it a little bit too much, and Megan cleans it up.
Capitalizes right there. Maggie has a very slow rotation on her bag, Brandon. Like probably 2 or 3, maybe 2.5, 3 spins, almost like a Mac Eye. I have a much faster spin on mine.
Definitely.
Oh, leaves it up a penny.
Has a chance for 3, but leaves it on the board and gets 1. I think one thing I've noticed this week is that some players, you put a blocker up there, whether it's hanging, whether it's right in front of the hole, a lot of people don't need to change much about their throw to go through it, but that's just a mental block there.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of humidity this weekend, too, you know. On the carpet, it's a little bit different than center court right here. Board's a little bit faster over here, so folks that don't play on center court a lot, and they get up here and they have troubles in the beginning, and then they get dialed in, like you see right now.
Good bag there by Megan. Leaves hers alone over there on that right side.
Geiger buries it.
One more time.
Tough shot right here. You know, you have a 10 or a 12. She has a 10.
Just over the hole. It looked like it almost hopped over it right there at the end. Maybe there was a little bit too much heat on that bag. I'm not sure.
Maybe a little too much thought. You know, if you make it, it's 2, right? And you don't make it, it's 1. Fortunately, it stayed on the board for Maggie Geiger.
This game is there's so much more mental to it than people think, you know. It's not just throwing a bag in the hole. A lot of us can put a bag in the hole.
Right,
It's that mental strength, that stamina, just do it over and over and over again.
You know,
And then change up your throw based on the board situation.
an incredible point. You know, you're not just playing a couple of games. You're playing a week-long tournament that will determine the best in the world in multiple divisions. And if you're not strong all the way through, if you don't have the stamina or the endurance to be able to play all week, you're in trouble early.
And both of these women right here, they've got that stamina, you know. I mean, every one of us falters here and there. Like right now, Maggie just threw that last bag off the board. We're going to see if she can recover from that and put these bags in the hole. But I think that mental strength is what separates the guppies from, you know, the big sharks out there.
100% agree with that. There. See if this happens again. Puts it in the hole right there. Come on, Maggie.
We got a nail biter here, 7-6 in game 3. Just spectacular, you know, the way that they can continue to just put these bags in.
Oh.
Not sure if that was a push attempt or maybe she just released it a little bit weird, but that one came off the back.
Maggie gave it back to her right there. A little bit, maybe, I don't know, could be a 1.
Nice airmail. I think she really wanted to drag that bag. See if Maggie can get in for 3 points.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Good shot. Great shot.
That first bag is just so crucial. I feel like for me in my own games, it really sets the stage for what I'm going to do with my next 3 bags. Here we go. We see another bag off to the side by Maggie. Let's see if she can recover in this round.
Potentially a loss of 4 if she gets all of them in the hole. Oh.
Not a terrible position, but it's not where she wants it. If she steps out, she might be able to push them all. Let's see what Maggie does first. She does go in, and Megan.
Oh.
Not able to push that bag, but again, that's one of those stickier bags, you know, the Pro Advantage.
Right.
It takes a lot of muscle to move those things when they're on that sticky side, especially with a bag behind it like that round.
It's 10-8 right now. Maggie Geiger's in the lead. Blue lane over the red lane right now. We are at 3 games deep right now. 1 game apiece in this women's final here at ACO World 15. Brought to you by Bud Light.
Maggie's in the hole yet again, and Megan is hanging.
Oh, +2 again, perhaps.
Looks like that bag came out at an angle there.
You see Megan is wiping her hands.
Yeah, I see that actually.
So maybe she has a little bit of, grip problem with her. Maybe she's sweating a little bit on her hand or something. I know when I'm nervous, I sweat a lot, but I don't sweat on my hands, thankfully. perhaps she got something on her hands. I don't know if she was drinking something down there or what, but she's definitely wiping her hands. So.
Yeah, I have that problem every now and then. You know, you get that palms are sweaty kind of nervousness. Doesn't seem to be bothering her a whole lot.
It may have affected that shot.
That one bag, yeah, for sure.
Geiger.
What an amazing crowd we have out here today. You know, they're very involved. That's what we like to see.
You know, a lot of people, when they lose, they want to go home, right? These folks are here.
See, that's what's special is, you know, this championship Saturday, people are still here. You know, they might not be in the tournament anymore, but they want to see some great cornhole, and they want to see it live. And this is what you've got. You've got some of the best players in the world duking it out on the boards today.
Oh, shot right there. Oh, going to give up a 4-piece perhaps. Big mat round right here. Big throw. Down the center, in the hole. Granger +4. 16-10. On the way to the world champ.
Maggie is 5 points away from a world championship.
There's an emotional shift right now. I was noticing that Geiger was really struggling a little bit mentally earlier, and it was really tough. Onesie, twosies here and there. And now Megan just showed signs of the same thing that Maggie was suffering from earlier. So the shift, the back and forth, it's so exhausting, you know?
I mean, you've got that board game, but this is part of that mental game we were talking about. You know, it shifts back and forth just like the bags on the boards do.
+2. Maupin. That bag, you know, that stickiness, that Reynolds Pro Advantage bag just hopped. Once it hit, it just dropped off to the left there.
Yeah, that's just one of the things you have to deal with. If that's your bag of choice, you got to know how to overcome that.
Megan Machine Gun Geiger or Megan Maupin on the floor. Who's going to take the women's title today? Stay tuned with this. You're going to find out. It's 3 points away right now.
Man, their consistency is just amazing.
Pretty incredible stuff. Oh, I thought she was going to flop that bag. She's setting it up for an airmail.
I think so. And there it is. Oh, it's just a little short, yeah.
It's going to fall, I'm pretty sure.
Good defensive play. And Megan goes up with it and gets one out of the situation.
And Abe Lincoln for shiny penny right there.
And when you're playing with a Reynolds bag up against these Vipers, you want that first throw. You want to be able to set up your blocker or even just have the first bag in the hole. Depends on if Megan wants to play defense or offense here. It's like a good offensive bag. There it is, that blocker.
Shot through it. Potential 2 right here. Dangerously moving to 20 if she gets it.
Great bag. Never even touched that bag on the side.
Oh, that could be the number right here.
In the hole for game.
Here it is. Down the center. In the hole. Maggie Geiger, your women's world champion, season 15, pardon me, good Lord.
Congratulations to both women. They threw amazingly the entire match. Megan looks just a little bit upset there, but that was still a great game on either side.
Fantastic match.
All right, coming up next, we got the doubles. First game out the gate will be the Hurts versus the Davises.
Oh, looks like we're moving to doubles. Looks like I'm out of here.